Sometimes the people we let go are not gone forever. They walk away, but life has a way of testing our choices. And just when you think it's over, he's coming back, not to break you, but to see if you've grown strong enough to face what you lost. Life doesn't give you everything all at once. It doesn't hand you your dreams neatly wrapped in a ribbon. Instead, it teaches through trials, through moments that push you to your limits. Letting someone go, especially someone who once meant the world to you, feels like a failure at first. It feels like the universe has played a cruel joke, leaving a hollow space in your life. But that emptiness, that pause, is actually where life's lessons are quietly taking root. Every moment of heartbreak, every tear shed in silence, is part of a curriculum designed to prepare you for something far greater than what you imagined. The man you let go isn't gone forever. He is unknowingly part of the test that will determine your strength, your resilience, and your ability to rise. Think about it: when someone leaves, it forces you to confront yourself. You can no longer hide behind their presence, their validation, or their love. You are stripped down to your core. The world suddenly asks, who are you without them? What do you really value? Who will you become when no one is holding your hand? These are the hardest questions life asks, and the answers are never easy. But the people who leave your life, intentionally or not, are often the teachers disguised as departures. Their absence forces you to step into a version of yourself you may not have met otherwise. A version that is stronger, sharper, and unafraid of solitude. Every test has a pattern. You don't just stumble and fall once. You stumble repeatedly until you learn. That is exactly what letting someone go teaches. The first time your heart is raw and the pain feels unbearable, you ask yourself, why did I let them go? Did I make the wrong choice? But with time, clarity begins to emerge. You start to see that life is not punishing you. It is guiding you. Every tear, every sleepless night, and every moment of doubt is a lesson in disguise. The man you let go will return, not because he is seeking revenge or closure, but because life is checking to see if the lessons have stuck. Will you make the same mistakes again, or have you grown enough to navigate this moment with wisdom? Tests are never convenient. They never come at the perfect time, in the perfect circumstances. Life is messy, chaotic, and unpredictable. You will encounter situations that force you to dig deeper than you ever imagined. The man returning to your life is one of those moments. It is not simply a reunion. It is a challenge. Life wants to see if your growth was real, if your strength is genuine. You may feel the pull of old memories, the lure of familiar comfort, or the sting of past regrets. These are the tricks of the test. Life does not reward complacency, and it does not forgive those who are unwilling to confront their past. How you face this test will define you more than any success, any achievement, or any relationship ever could. The beauty of tests is that they are never one-sided. Every challenge carries a hidden gift, if you are willing to see it. The man you let go is more than just a person returning. He is a mirror, reflecting back the person you were and showing you the person you have become. Will you recognize the difference? Will you see how far you've come, how much stronger you are, how much more discerning and prepared you have become? Life is watching, even in silence. And when he walks back into your world, it is not to punish or taunt you. It is to show you whether you have learned to rise above your past or remain tethered to it. Finally, life's tests are ultimate proof that growth is possible. The very fact that someone who left is returning is life's way of saying, you are ready. Every failure, every heartbreak, every quiet moment of pain was preparing you for this moment. The man you let go is not a coincidence. He is a checkpoint, a milestone, a measure of your evolution. How you respond, how you stand, and how you carry yourself will not just prove to him that you have grown. It will prove it to yourself. Life is not just about survival, it is about transformation. And in these moments, when someone from your past returns to test you, life gives you the ultimate opportunity to see the transformation for yourself. Strength is not measured by how much you can lift, how much you can endure physically, or even how many battles you can win. True strength begins in the mind, in the quiet, unshakable understanding of who you are. When the man you let go returns, life is not simply testing your heart. It is testing your awareness. Do you know your worth? Have you learned what you will and will not tolerate? Self-awareness is the foundation that separates those who crumble under pressure from those who rise unshaken and take control of their destiny. Without it, strength is temporary, fragile, and easily dismantled by temptation, doubt, or nostalgia. Self-awareness demands honesty. It requires you to face every uncomfortable truth about yourself, the insecurities you hide, the patterns you repeat, and the mistakes you have made. When someone comes back into your life, the test isn't whether you can remember the past, it's whether you understand it. Can you recognize the ways you once faltered without letting guilt or regret control your decisions? Strength emerges when you accept your flaws without letting them define you, when you confront your past without letting it imprison you, and when you embrace the lessons that your experiences have taught you. It's easy to confuse emotional reaction with strength. The heart will always want what it wants. Old feelings, familiar comforts, and unresolved attachment can cloud your judgment. But self-awareness forces you to pause, to reflect, and to act intentionally rather than impulsively. When he walks back into your life, you might feel the pull of the past, the warmth of memories, the sting of what could have been. These are natural, but they are not your guide. Strength is measured by the ability to recognize those emotions, understand their origin, and make decisions based on clarity, not longing. This is the power that life wants to see. Awareness also allows you to set boundaries. A strong person does not allow others to dictate their emotional state. When someone returns, especially a person who once had influence over you, it is a chance to test those boundaries. You will quickly discover whether you have grown enough to protect yourself, whether you can say no when necessary, and whether you can navigate relationships without losing yourself in the process. Strength isn't aggression. It is knowing where you stand and refusing to compromise your core values for the sake of comfort or familiarity. Another hidden aspect of self-awareness is timing. Life tests not only how strong you are, but how wise you are in your actions. The man returning may represent opportunity, challenge, or even temptation. But true strength is recognizing the right moment to respond, to engage, or to step back. Impulsiveness is the enemy of progress. Self-awareness is your compass, guiding you through uncertainty, helping you respond in ways that reflect growth rather than repetition. In this way, strength and awareness are inseparable. They feed each other, building a version of yourself that is unshakable, unbroken, and intentional. Finally, strength is proven not in the absence of struggle, but in the presence of clarity. The man you let go may come back, but he does not define you. Your awareness does. It is the quiet knowledge of who you are, what you've learned, and how far you've come that determines how you respond. When you face someone who once tested your heart, it is not about impressing them, winning them over, or even rekindling what was lost. It is about standing tall, anchoring the understanding that you are whole, you are capable, and you are in control. Strength is not shown in force. It is shown in mastery over self, in the courage to face old challenges with new wisdom, and in the ability to rise again and again without compromise. The past has a way of whispering in your ear when you least expect it. It reminds you of mistakes, regrets, and people you let slip away. It can feel like a shadow following you, holding you back, making you question every decision. But here's the truth: the past is not your jailer. It is your teacher. Every moment, every heartbreak, every choice you regret carries a lesson designed to prepare you for today, for tomorrow, and for the moments you cannot yet see. The man you let go isn't returning to punish you. He is returning as part of that lesson, a living reminder that life's teachings are never complete until you face them fully. When someone comes back into your life, you may be tempted to relive old mistakes. You may think, I should have done this differently, or I could have held on longer. These thoughts are natural, but dangerous if you allow them to dominate your mind. The past is not meant to trap you in guilt. It is meant to illuminate the path forward. Every relationship, every departure, and every heartbreak was an investment in your growth. The man returning is a mirror, reflecting not only what was lost, but also how much you have evolved since then. Your task is to look into that mirror and recognize your own progress. The lessons of the past are subtle and often disguised as pain. You may have felt empty when you let him go, like a part of you was missing. You may have replayed conversations, wondered what went wrong, or blamed yourself for choices made in love and trust. That pain, however, is not punishment. It is preparation. It teaches you patience, resilience, and the ability to stand alone without losing your sense of self. Every tear, every sleepless night, and every moment of longing has shaped you into someone capable of handling the challenges life sends back your way. The man returning is simply a checkpoint to measure how well you absorb those lessons. One of the hardest truths about the past is that it cannot be rewritten. No amount of regret or longing can change what happened. But what you can do is learn from it. And that learning is your power. When he returns, it is not to rewrite history, but to test whether you have internalized the wisdom your past has given you. Are you the same person who made impulsive choices? Or have you grown into someone who understands timing, patience, and the true meaning of worth? The past teaches not by holding you hostage, but by offering insight into your behavior, your choices, and the growth you have achieved since that chapter ended. Facing the past also means forgiving, not just him, but yourself. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is the ultimate form of self-awareness. Holding on to anger, resentment, or regret only prolongs your captivity in yesterday's mistakes. When someone returns into your life, the lesson is not revenge or regret. It is mastery over your own emotions. The past becomes your teacher only when you allow it to inform your decisions, rather than control your reactions. Strength emerges not from avoiding history, but from embracing it fully, understanding it, and moving forward with clarity and purpose. Finally, the return of someone you once let go is the ultimate test of how well you have learned from the past. Life doesn't give second chances to those who remain blind to its teachings. The man who re-enters your world is a reminder that time is not just a healer. It is a revealer. It shows who has grown, who has learned, and who is ready for the next stage of life. When you meet him again, the past will be present, but it will not dominate. Instead, it will guide you, inform you, and empower you. You will know that every heartbreak, every loss, and every goodbye was never a punishment. It was preparation. And this is how the past, when understood and embraced, transforms from a jailer into the greatest teacher you will ever have. Emotions are the wildfire of the human experience. They flare up without warning, consuming reason and judgment in moments that demand clarity. When the man you once let go returns, your emotions will rise like a storm inside you, memories flooding back, regrets whispering, and old feelings demanding attention. This is natural. Emotions are part of being human. They remind you that you have loved, that you have cared, and that you have lived. But emotions alone are dangerous when left unchecked. They are powerful, yes, but they are not strength. True strength is the discipline to acknowledge those feelings without letting them control your actions. Discipline is the bridge between emotion and action. It is what allows you to pause, reflect, and respond rather than react. When someone reappears who once held a place in your heart, it is easy to be swept away by nostalgia. You remember the laughter, the late nights, the shared dreams, and your mind asks, what if this could be again? Discipline, however, tells you to pause. It reminds you to measure not just your desire, but your reality. It forces you to ask whether giving into emotion will serve your growth or compromise it. This is where true power lies, not in resisting feeling, but in mastering your response to it. Emotions can deceive you. They are seductive, convincing you that you must act immediately, that your instincts are always right. But history has taught you differently. The man you let go may return with charm, confidence, or even remorse, and your heart might leap with a sense of familiarity. This is the test. Discipline allows you to separate what feels right from what is actually right. It allows you to honor your past experiences without being trapped by them, to recognize patterns that led to pain, and to act in a way that safeguards your emotional well-being. Strength without discipline is fleeting. It is the discipline behind that strength that endures. Another aspect of discipline is patience. Emotions demand instant gratification. They want answers, closure, and reconciliation immediately. But life rewards those who can wait, who can observe without impulsively reacting. The man returning is not just testing your emotional resilience, he is testing your capacity to be patient, to understand that timing is part of growth. Patience allows you to respond not from your wounds, but from your wisdom. It turns instinctive reactions into calculated, purposeful actions. This is what separates those who stumble back into old cycles from those who rise above and thrive. Discipline also protects your self-worth. When someone returns into your life, it is a delicate balance between acknowledging the past and guarding your present. Without discipline, it is easy to compromise your boundaries, to tolerate disrespect, or to settle for less than you deserve. Discipline allows you to recognize what is acceptable and what is not. It teaches you that your emotions may feel urgent, but your values are permanent. This inner governance transforms vulnerability into power, impulsiveness into strategy, and longing into discernment. The man returning is not merely a test of emotional control. He is a test of your self-respect and your ability to stand firm in the face of temptation. Finally, the return of someone you once let go is the ultimate measure of whether your growth is real. Emotions will surge, memories will tempt, and the past will whisper. But discipline is what allows you to meet these challenges without losing yourself. It is what turns a potential relapse into a demonstration of evolution. When he re-enters your life, the moment will reveal whether you are still governed by fleeting feelings or by the strength that comes from self-mastery. Emotions are powerful, but discipline is stronger. It is the quiet, unwavering force that ensures you do not just survive your past, but rise above it wiser, stronger, and unshakable. Life has a way of disguising opportunity as challenge. It wraps lessons in trials, and it cloaks growth in moments that feel uncomfortable, inconvenient, or even painful. The man you once let go is returning not simply as a person from your past, but as a doorway, a test disguised as opportunity. Life rarely hands us chances neatly labeled, "Here is your opportunity." Instead, it gives us experiences that demand courage, discernment, and wisdom. If you can recognize the opportunity hidden within the test, you unlock the power to shape your life in ways that would have been impossible before. The first step in recognizing opportunity is perspective. When he returns, it's easy to see the situation through old lenses, through the lens of hurt, regret, or longing. But true strength lies in looking beyond the surface. The return of someone you once let go is not simply a rekindling of what was. It is a mirror showing how much you have evolved, how much stronger and wiser you've become. It is a chance to measure your growth against the past and determine whether you are ready for what life is preparing you to achieve. Opportunities disguised as tests force you to see things you might otherwise overlook, to embrace what is being offered with clarity rather than emotion. Opportunity wrapped in tests demands courage. It takes courage to face someone from your past without fear, without defensiveness, and without the need to control the outcome. The man you once let go is testing your ability to meet challenges head on, to navigate complex emotions, and to make decisions that align with your highest self. Fear tempts you to retreat, to fall back into old patterns, or to dismiss the situation entirely. But courage allows you to confront the moment fully, to engage with it intentionally, and to extract the lesson, the opportunity, and the growth embedded within it. Life rewards courage, and the return of someone significant is one of its most precise instruments. Patience is another hidden element of opportunity. The test is rarely immediate, and the outcome is rarely clear at first glance. You may feel the urge to react quickly, to act on impulse, or to resolve the tension instantly. But true opportunity requires observation, reflection, and timing. When he returns, it is a chance to practice patience, not just as endurance, but as a strategy. Patience allows you to act from insight, not impulse, to recognize what serves your growth and what does not, and to seize the moment when it aligns with your highest purpose. Those who understand this principle transform tests into life-changing opportunities. Opportunity also demands discernment. Not every return is meant to reopen doors. Some are designed to teach, some to test, and some to reveal what truly matters. Discernment allows you to separate the signal from the noise, the lesson from the nostalgia, and the true opportunity from the temptation to repeat old mistakes. The man who comes back may carry charm, familiarity, or even a sense of unfinished business. But your task is to recognize the difference between what serves your life and what serves only your emotions. Opportunity wrapped in tests is never obvious. It requires the wisdom to see beyond the surface and act with integrity, clarity, and self-respect. Finally, the ultimate reward of tests disguised as opportunities is growth. When life tests you, when the person you let go returns, it is giving you a rare gift, a chance to rewrite the narrative, to demonstrate resilience, and to prove that your evolution is real. Success is not guaranteed, and outcomes may not always align with desire, but the value lies in how you respond. Opportunity is never about external validation. It is about internal mastery. It is about showing that you can face what was once difficult with strength, clarity, and purpose. Life rewards those who can see beyond the surface, who can rise above old patterns, and who can transform tests into stepping stones toward their next level. Growth is not measured by what happens to you, but by how you respond when life tests you. The return of the man you once let go is not simply a reunion. It is a mirror reflecting everything you have learned, everything you have endured, and everything you have become. Life is watching to see if your evolution is real, not superficial. It is easy to claim strength, wisdom, and growth when the past is distant, but true growth reveals itself in moments of confrontation, temptation, and emotional turbulence. This is your moment, and how you respond will define not only this encounter, but the trajectory of your life from here onward. The first sign of growth is composure. When emotions threaten to overwhelm you, when memories surge and your heart remembers what it once felt, growth allows you to remain grounded. You no longer react impulsively or let the nostalgia of the past cloud your judgment. Instead, you observe, you assess, and you choose your actions deliberately. Composure does not mean detachment or coldness. It means mastery over yourself. It means recognizing that the power of your response is far greater than the intensity of the moment. When he returns, it will be your calm, your clarity, and your poise that demonstrate the depth of your evolution. Growth also shows itself in discernment. You will have to navigate a landscape filled with mixed signals, old habits, lingering feelings, and the comfort of familiarity. The man returning may present charm apologies or even attempts to rekindle the past. Your growth is proven by your ability to distinguish between what serves your life and what threatens it. It is reflected in the choices you make, not from fear, desire, or obligation, but from insight and integrity. Life rewards discernment because it shows that you have learned from the past and are now capable of making decisions that align with your highest self. Resilience is another key marker of growth. When someone who once left walks back into your life, it can stir unresolved pain or test old wounds. Growth is not about pretending the past doesn't exist. It is about facing it with courage and turning it into a source of strength. Resilience allows you to acknowledge what was lost, recognize what has been gained, and move forward without being tethered to old regrets. It is the quiet, unwavering force that enables you to stand tall even when the temptation to fall into familiar patterns arises. The man returning is a test of that resilience, and your response will show whether it has been forged truly or only superficially. Growth is also proven in self-respect. When confronted with a past that challenges your present, your actions reveal whether you have cultivated a sense of worth that is unshakable. You will be tempted to compromise, to seek validation, or to return to what was comfortable. But true growth demands that you honor yourself above all else. Your response will reveal whether you have learned to prioritize your values, your boundaries, and your integrity. The man returning is a measuring stick, not for him, but for you, to see whether you have grown into someone who cannot be swayed by fleeting emotion or old attachment. Finally, growth is proven in the legacy of your choices. Life is not about avoiding tests. It is about passing them with intention, courage, and wisdom. The man you let go is coming back, and the moment will reveal whether your journey has been transformative. Every decision, every reaction, and every pause will serve as proof of your evolution. Growth is not abstract. It is visible, tangible, and undeniable when you respond with strength, clarity, and purpose. It is the quiet victory of knowing that no matter what happens, you have risen above your past, learned from it, and now stand as someone who is unshakable, self-aware, and ready for whatever life brings next. So when the man you once let go walks back into your life, remember this: he is not a threat. He is not a judge, and he is not your measure of worth. He is a test, a reflection, a reminder that life never stops asking, have you grown? Are you ready? You have been forged in fire. Every heartbreak, every tear, every sleepless night has shaped you into someone stronger, wiser, and unshakable. You have learned that strength comes from self-awareness, that the past is a teacher, that discipline triumphs over fleeting emotions, that every challenge is an opportunity, and that true growth is measured by how you respond. Now, life is giving you a stage to prove it, not to him, not to anyone, but to yourself. This is your moment to rise above nostalgia, to act with courage, to honor your worth, and to demonstrate the power of your evolution. Stand tall. Face the challenge. Let your growth speak louder than your doubts. Your composure outshine your fears, and your clarity guide every step. Because the man you let go is not here to control your destiny. He is here to show you how far you've come. And when you respond with wisdom, strength, and unwavering purpose, you will know the best version of yourself was waiting all along, and no one can ever take that from you. Rise, stand firm, and show life and yourself just how unstoppable you have become.